Yo, what's up guys, my name's Hakiii, and in this video I'm gonna show you the best new features that came with the Contract DLC, and there might be some you didn't know about, so stay tuned. There's a lot of really cool new features we're gonna be going over in this video, so if you go on to enjoy, be sure to drop a like, that'd be awesome. Also, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and drop a sub so you never miss any more videos like these. Turn on the notification bell too while you're at it, and let's get straight into it. So first up is gonna be the new armor plating option you can put on some vehicles. Basically, if you have the vehicle workshop with your new agency, you're gonna get a new option on some of the vehicles, and this new armor plating upgrade makes your vehicle be able to withstand 6 whole rockets, so it means it would take 7 rockets to blow up your vehicle, which is pretty substantial. I mean, instead of having 1 rocket blow up your vehicle, it would take 7 whole rockets to be able to blow up a vehicle now, which could save you many times from oppressors and helicopters and just homing missiles in general. It means in order to kill you, someone would have to waste a good amount of rockets on it. The thing that kind of sucks is you can't put it on all vehicles. I know you can put it on the new Buffalo STX, I know you can put it on the Daidi, and if you guys know any more, feel free to comment down below. I think there are a few more, but feel free to check the comments for that. So with this new vehicle upgrade, it's definitely a lot safer to drive around in missions and especially in free roam, and it's gonna be even safer once you guys hear this next one. So this next one is gonna be the Amani tech upgrades. It's yet another new option you can put on some vehicles in the vehicle workshop in your agency. There's actually 2 different upgrades for the Amani tech. The first one we're gonna talk about is the missile lock-on jammer. You can probably tell by the name of it, no one is going to be able to lock onto you with homing missiles no matter what vehicle they're in. Not an oppressor, not a helicopter, not a jet. This is a super useful feature. Once again, you can only put it on some vehicles. I know you can put it on the Buffalo STX, you can also put it on the Champion. The Buffalo STX can turn into like the safest vehicle in the game. If you guys mix the missile lock-on jammer along with the armor plating, that car is going to be super hard to blow up. Legit, having those 2 upgrades on the same vehicle is going to be extremely hard for someone to actually blow you up, because without being able to lock onto you, they're gonna have to hit you 7 times, which is really hard to do for a moving vehicle. Because let's say a Mark II oppressor is chasing you, it's gonna be really hard for him to hit you 7 times without locking on. You're basically safe. You can almost say you're immune to rockets. I mean, no one's gonna hit you 7 times without being able to lock on, unless you suck at dodging rockets or you just get super unlucky and someone actually hits you 7 times. The only downsides of the armor plating and the missile lock-on jammer, some people think the armor plating makes the car look a bit ugly, which I guess makes sense. It doesn't look the best, but it definitely is really useful. And really the only downside for the missile lock-on jammer is it is a bit expensive for some people. It costs $400,000 to upgrade, so it does come out of price, but if you do have the money for it, it is extremely useful. Now on to the final vehicle upgrade we're going to talk about. It's actually also part of the Amani tech, so it's called the remote control unit. And by the way, you can't have the missile lock-on jammer and the remote control unit at the same time on the same vehicle, unfortunately. You have to pick one or the other to put on a vehicle, but going into the remote control unit, it's exactly what you think it is. It makes you be able to remotely control your car. It works very similarly, if not exactly like the RC Bandito and the RC tank. So how it works is once you have the upgrade on your car, you go outside, then you get out the vehicle, open the interaction menu, go into inventory, and then go down to RC controls, and right next to RC Bandito and RC tank, you guys will see RC personal vehicle. So you press on that, and then it works exactly like the RC Bandito and tank, and you will notice it's locked on to first person. I don't really see that as such a big deal. I think it's still fine. You can see the map and you can see where you're going. Some people hate that, but I don't see it as such a big problem. I mean, you can still see what you're doing. It would be better in third person, but I mean, oh well. I guess you can see that as a downside, but besides that, it's super useful. And just like with the RC Bandito, you can hold X or square to detonate it, or press Y or triangle to get out of it. I can definitely see people using this a lot for trolling. Like, I don't want to give anyone ideas, but you could definitely just bump someone on foot over and over and over again so they can't get up, or just be off the radar, and then you have a self-driving car going into a car meet and then officially blowing everything up when parked. I think I've already said too much, but let's just say people are definitely gonna abuse this new feature. Going into the next new features, we have the new options when you call Amani and Franklin. If you didn't know, there's different things you can do when you call up Amani and Franklin. First, we're gonna talk about Amani's options. When you call up Amani, you have 2 different options. Only one of them is actually worth talking about. The spotting a motorcycle one isn't that great. I mean, it's just finding a random motorcycle close to you with bulletproof tires. I don't know how many people are actually going to use that, but we're going to be talking about the very cool feature called Out of Sight. I like to compare this feature with Ghost Organization. It's basically Ghost Organization, just a little different. The description for it is activate a 500-meter area where you and your members of your motorcycle club, or CEO technically, will be hidden from the radar of other players. So it's basically Ghost Organization just in a 500 meter range, and it does cost 12k, which is 3,000 cheaper than Ghost Organization. Now once you buy this, you will see a faded circle on the map, and that's basically the range you're going to be hidden in. The thing that makes it really awesome though is it's basically unlimited. It doesn't really have any timer whatsoever. I think it lasts forever until you switch sessions, and this is a huge plus for this feature. The only way it's going to end if you stay in the same session is if you do damage to other players, that's people outside your CEO or your MC. If you do have friendly fire on and you do damage to someone in your CEO or MC, I don't think it's gonna end. So it's safe to say this is really powerful and really useful. The only way you're gonna go back on the radar is if you leave the 500 meter range, and even if you do leave that range, you could just go back to that area and then you're off the radar again. The next new feature we're gonna be talking about is the Armory. Now there's so many different like little features inside the Armory that are really cool that you can't actually do in other armories, like the one in your arena or the one in your arcade. The first awesome feature in there is your custom loadout option. So you can basically customize your loadout completely. You can choose which weapons you want to hide and which weapons you want to show. So you basically load into a session with your primary weapons already selected. And this is a super useful feature that I'm personally really happy about, because every single session I join, or every time I'd load into GTA, I'd have to select like the primary weapons I mainly use, and I'd have to do that every single time, and that definitely gets pretty annoying sometimes. But with this, you have your go-to weapons already there for you, ready to use. Another awesome thing in the Armory is you can actually buy body armor there, so you don't have to go to an ammunition store and buy one every single time. You can just like refill body armor over and over and over again. It still costs money, but I mean, it's not a lot of money. It also has the gear section, which is usually at the ammunition store, but now you just have it in your Armory. And finally, you can buy all weapons in there that you can buy at the gun shop, including the stun gun and the compact EMP launcher that you can't actually go and get at the gun shop. You actually need an Armory for that. So having that Armory also gives you access to those exclusive weapons, you can say. On to the next one. This feature is extremely useful as well. It's basically a fast traveling feature. So in your agency, when you go up to the dude in the front desk, you can do an SUV service to literally anywhere on the map. You could do it to Sandy Shores, to Paleto Bay, to Los Santos International Airport. And I just find that crazy that you can just make it up to the very top of the map, which is Paleto Bay, in a matter of seconds. It's basically like a quick animation and then you just spawn there. The next one is something that a lot of people were happy about, and that's that you can do the VIP contracts and the security contracts in invite only sessions now. When the contract DLC first released, you can only do the contracts in public sessions, and to do them you had to be a CEO or an MC president, and there were so many of them that each session just had the max amount of CEOs and VIPs, so it got a little bit annoying. But then Rockstar made it where you can do it in invite only sessions, so that's good to know. Next up, we have the updates that were made to Franklin's Mansion. If you guys didn't know, if you go to Franklin's Mansion in GTA 5 Online, there were a couple of really cool updates that were made to his house. So first of all, he owns the Ignis. He literally has a supercar just parked up at the front of his house, and he's also got the Franklin plate on it. And then his wife Tanisha has the Astron with the Tanisha plate on it. For those who don't know, Franklin's last name is Clinton, so he has the Clintons on the wall right next to the entrance, and that basically shows he's got a whole family of his own now. And if you go to the back of the house, you can see next to the pool he's got a little kid slide, and there's some flip-flops and like beach balls and everything. It's just wholesome to see Franklin's doing well for himself. The final cool new feature is gonna be the record studios that you can actually unlock after doing some contracts. It's a whole new building you can enter, and I'll show you guys the exact location of it on the map right now. And there's actually exclusive clothing you can only go and buy there, and you can't get it anywhere else, so that's pretty cool. As you're seeing in the gameplay, I'm just showing you it from the outside, but you can unlock it after doing a lot of contracts. Not a lot, but you do need to be a good amount into the contracts. And inside of it, it's just a cool looking recording studio basically with a bunch of records on the wall and stuff. But that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you did go on to enjoy it. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell as well. Anyway though, this has been Hakiii. Have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next video, and peace.